So you guys wondering why the hell we're filming in the dark right now? We're like beginning of April. It's midnight and we're stuck here. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but we're actually hearing generators in the back. So we're in the middle of an ice storm here in Montreal. This is the beauty of Canada weather. But you know what? When you sign up for breeding animals, you got to do everything you have. And me and Antoine, we have a hell of a night in front of us because we got to stay up all night and we got to do it for the animals. And that's pretty much what it is, guys. Brian from Reptiles here, and you know what? Sometimes there's things that go really that you don't predict. There's really unpredictable things that happen in life, especially that you're really not waiting for, and you got to deal with it. Especially when you breed your animals, because your animals is basically your priority number one, and that's what you got to do. So today, unfortunately, we have this ice storm, and I don't know if you guys can see in the back, we have trees falling down, and there's a bunch of just I went up, we went to pick up some gas for our generators, and just all the roads, there's just branches and trees that just falling down everywhere. So I mean, we're talking about all the electrical wires are being hammered down by all the trees. Who knows how long we're not going to have any electricity, but we got to do what we got to do to be able to do that. Number one, you got to prevent, and basically not prevent, but well, it's all prevention, basically, exactly that. So you have to make sure that you have some generator or a way that you're able to heat up your animals if ever you do lose electricity and you either need to warm up or if you need to cool down if you're in hot weather. I wish I was in hot weather right now, aren't you, Antoine?
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
No
I
kidding.
wish I was in Texas or something right now, because right now it's not too cold, but it's definitely not warm. So we're just gonna tour you a little bit. I have the mic on, so we're gonna try talking over this generator, but this is basically what we're living right now. And NBK is just a small part of our business, our whole wholesale business with all the fish and everything that we have to do. We have a bunch of addresses where we have thousands of freshwater tanks that we have to just make sure that everything keeps running and all the time. We gotta fill up the generators every 2.5 hours. We gotta just keep changing plugs, and we just can't just plug everything. So let's just go up and see where we're at, right? Woo. So number one, got a generator running. With the generator, you got to make sure that the garage door's open. You know? So with the garage door being open, we got to make sure that when we're actually close by, so that if anybody decides to want to basically steal it, then we're actually here to do so. So we are drinking a lot of Coronas, and we're trying to have some fun and drinking some beer and stuff. Do you have it on me? I don't even have it on me.
No, it's over there.
All right, so next time. But yeah, we're trying to have some fun from it, you know. So we're gonna have some fun and to do that. But we got to make sure that everything runs perfect. When you come in, did you have one of those extra lights?
I do, yeah.
All right. So we'll try to see if we can actually zoom up. So we have some wires coming up from our generators all the way down to the bottom. So the basement is actually where it's the most important. So
you gotta wait for me, man, my legs.
So number one, hey, this video is gonna make no sense, but this is actually what we're living in right now. It makes no sense. So where we're at now is that we're in our rat room. So the number one thing is we gotta get our fan going, because the smell of the rats is mind-blowing. So the number one thing that we do is we basically set up a line where we have our fan running for our rodents. So we have the fan running down here to make sure we're all good, and the fan's running. We can hear it right there. Our fan's running, the ventilation's going on, we have better aeration, and everybody's happy for that going on. Then number two is definitely where the money at? All the money at? Where all the money at? That's it, the incubator, baby. So
says the guy who leaves the door right open.
Yeah, I know. So we have a bunch of clutches already.
I have.
So some DPR clutches, some DPR cold blood clutches. Make sure, guys, you subscribe to the DPR cold blood channels. please do. Antoine would be
Channels
very
too.
happy.
It's true.
Channels, yeah. He has a French channel too. If you like some very sensual
French romantic talking.
Yeah, that's it. So we do have a nice clutch here. We have our geckos. Now the geckos. Why do we have our geckos in our ball pythons? It's actually because our first eggs, we want them heat incubated, so that we can have some males. Now, it's pretty hot here now.
Yeah, all right. Let's get out.
Moving on. So anyway, so guys, then what we do is that we ran basically another line in here in the DPR cold blood dojo, where we make sure that we have like basically just a heater. So we have a heater running until, you know, the electricity comes back up. Let's hope. At first they were saying it's going to be up by the end of the evening.
Probably.
We knew that wasn't going to happen, so it's going to be all night. But let's just hope it comes back tomorrow, and we'll keep you guys posted. So that's what we're doing. So one heater up in this room. Then next heater, take care of the doors.
Yeah.
Love it. And after that, our heater in. So another heater in the ball python room for MBK. So here we're at. And I was told that we have a lot of building up going on. So we're very, very excited from this. So we want to make sure that the room stays hot and the females are loving it. So that's what we got to make sure that we're doing. So we are filling up the generator every about 2.5 hours to make sure we don't run out of power. And then, actually, we don't even need to go upstairs because the beauty is that upstairs we do have our colubrids and our leopard geckos, and the leopard geckos and the colubrids actually can handle a little bit more of the cold than the ball pythons and whatnot. So far so good. The colubrids are breeding and everything's working out. So we just gotta make sure that the temperature stays monitored. And from that point on, that's where guys, just brace with it. Make sure that you go over the top. You know, you got this? You want that?
This whole video felt like I was filming the Blair Witch Project, man. I'm there in the dark with a light following you. It felt like the Blair Witch Project, man. It was creepy as hell.
That's perfect. I love it. So guys, anyway, I just wanted to share with you guys a little bit of that raw footage of what we do when like tough times happen. Like, this is a tough time, but it's actually an exciting time at the end of the world. At the end of the world. At the end of the day. I'm a little bit tired. The Coronas are starting to sip in, but we're going to have some more Coronas. We're going to enjoy the night, have a good night's sleep when the rest of the staff comes in, and maybe I'll show you guys a little bit of other stuff that we do here at MBK. So guys, until then, make sure to tune in. Let's have some fun. No stress. I'm dressed up. It don't even matter. But yeah. Well played. Well played. It's crazy, the ice and everything on there. Just branches everywhere. Look at this. Nuts. Yeah.
Right there,
look.
like they cut big chunks of trees to prevent anything from falling earlier on.
You can hear it crack. Look at this, man. Look at that. Yeah, that's... All right, let's get back to work. No, Antoine, phone's good? You were sleeping.
Yeah, I was not sleeping, but I'm very sleepy.
So what's up, guys? So it's the morning, 7 a.m. Pulled the all-nighter. Electricity is not back. We are having a little bit of an issue because one of our top floors is still a little bit cold. So we have to make sure that we change basically our heat from one rack to another every 30 minutes. And until then, we got to make sure that everything keeps running and that the generator is doing well. So a little bit of a mess, but we're pulling through. And let's just hope that this electricity comes back. So hold it down. Let's do it. All right, guys, so we're back inside. There's one thing that we've noticed. So it's been about probably like around 20 hours that we're out of electricity right now. And a few things that we're starting to do. So like ambient temperature is starting to go down. So we've got to make sure that everything is just, everything has heat, that everything is doing somewhat okay. Now, another thing that you have to make sure is actually your freezer. So our freezer, we just want to make sure that everything stays frozen, because you know how much it costs to have all these frozen rodents thaw out. Imagine, like it would be catastrophic. So probably every like 4 hours or so, I'd probably like add like some extra like electricity to the freezer and have it run for about an hour, and then shoot that electricity somewhere else, somewhere that we can, because like with a generator, you're just limited on the amount of power that you have. So we're gonna do that, and yeah, it's something, but we're gonna go through. Let's just hope that everything's gonna happen like better today. We're gonna get electricity back, and then we'll be good. So I'm gonna do the freezer. I sent Antoine back home so that he can actually like sleep a little bit, and he was covering he was covering down. I don't know if you guys can see, but he made himself like a little bed. So we just grab some towels, make a little bed, and we go from there. So guys, just keep you guys updated. We're doing what we can. We won't sleep until we get it. So, all right, guys. So we're 20 hours deep with no electricity. The generator is running, and we're trying to be hopeful that basically the electricity is going to be coming back soon. But we got to be proactive. So instead of being like just waiting for it and hoping for the best, we got to be proactive. So what we're doing is we're grabbing basically 40-hour heat packs. You could use 60-hour or whatnot. We use these uni-heat ones. So this is a 60-hour, but we're using the 40 hours. So what we're doing is we're just taking them, putting them into the middle of an egg crate, just because we don't want the animals to be directly in touch with the heat pack, because sometimes they do get a little bit too hot. So we'll just take that in a circle. And what we're going to do is we're just going to especially just dump one of these in each of our enclosures. So all the boa cages, the carpet cages, I mean, basically the ambient temperature is slowly decreasing. So we want to make sure that there is some heat. So we are changing the electricity. So we're putting heat into every rack systems and systems like every 15-30 minutes or so. But we definitely want to add some extra heat. So probably all these extra heats as well, we're going to shove into some of these racks. So that's just another thing that you can do to do so and be a little bit proactive. But we'll get onto it. So let's keep you updated. The aftermath is done. The ice storm is finished, actually, for us, because unluckily for other people, they've been out of electricity for about like 6 days, but lucky enough, we were out for 2 nights and pretty much 3 days. So guys, looking back at it, even from the beginning of the video, you could see like at first it's almost fun. Like, we'll be honest, Antoine, you're probably right with me. We're like, you know what, this is gonna be a night. We'll have a few beers, we'll spend the night over, everything's gonna get done. Now, second night, it's another story. So now you're tired, you're working through the night, you're working with barely sleep, you're working your generators, just continuously on a routine just to make sure that everything works out well. But you're kind of like stuck. In our situation, we were stuck on like with the equipment that we had. So slowly the temperature was just dropping of the ambient temperature of the warehouse, but we were running like all the heat cables and the systems were running continuously, one after another. We would switch it every 30 minutes or so. So looking back at it, yeah, like we probably need an extra generator. We try to be preventative towards that, but it's been quite a ride. Now we're done. We're still catching up, but the breeding hasn't stopped and all the animals are alive. Everything is doing well. So we're super excited with it, except Antoine's actually, it was basically his light switch just busted. So,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, you get that backfire from like all the electricity on off all the time. So anyway, we will fix everything that up. So just because of that, everything's breeding. I just wanted to show you guys, end this video on a really good note. So the ball pythons are doing well. Antoine's been showing me around. Everything's looking good. Everything's building well. We have ovulations. We have females that are going to sheds. We have one clutch down, and from that point on, then it's gonna be a pretty good year. Not just ball pythons. So here we have a pastel banana champagne female, bred by none other than the Super OD Calico
Scrambler. No fire scrambler.
Scrambler. So maybe you can explain at the same time, Antoine. What's a scrambler?
So basically, the scrambler is a mutation that originated at Mark Mandick's facility, so Marcus Jane. He still is figuring out exactly what it does. Basically, it scrambles the pattern. You've seen it on some pies. It looks absolutely amazing. So this animal probably doesn't have fire, probably has scrambler. So we'll be playing with that. It's super exciting. It's a really cool gene.
Yeah, so guys, I mean, y'all know like how much I love like calico and spider, especially my female spider calico that's just stunning. Now, this one is really like, I'm digging it like more and more, like week after week, more I look at it, more I love it. The truth is, it's just because it was so orange as a baby and then the white just like took over as it grew up. So really excited with that pairing, really excited with so many other pairings, and can't wait to show you guys a lot more. But until then, this video's been quite a ride, and thank you for basically putting up with our nonsense, which has been pretty funny actually. And until then, no stress. Until next time.